Welcome back, you wonderful people. Yes, it's time for more SevTech. And last session we were extremely lucky and managed to get the next rocket blueprints for our NASA working bench. And that would be great and all, except I would have put it here if I still had it. Somewhere in the last episode, I lost the Tier 6 rocket schematics, which is kind of like, dang, whoops. So we're super lucky, but not to worry. We're super lucky, then super unlucky. We can actually make these in this scamulator now that we've got magnesium ingots from Saturn. So that's not so much of a problem. In fact, I didn't even know we could do that. That seems a bit cheaty. So I'm not going to do that now. What I might do is have a crack at that between the break. And if I can't find it, I'll go find another dungeon and find more blueprints. What we are going to do instead is check out our plastic manufacturing system. Now, our big industrial farm over here has become a big industrial farm. Look at all those glorious pipes, ladies and gentlemen. They look amazing. I love them. I love the whole industrial vibe of this. Now, I have been working on upscaling the plastic facility. And so this steam boiler here makes steam from the diesel. So we pump oil into here, the oil comes into this cracking tower over here, makes diesel and the purple stuff, I forgot what it was called, but we use that for making plastic. And I've made this doohickey over here, which is a well bucket, which basically, this is unlimited water supply. It's a bit of a, let's call it a game optimization. We won't use the cheat word. Although I used it then, oops. It's a bit like this thing, the shurikens. Yeah, well, you know, if SevTech's going to be difficult, I'm going to take advantage of things any way I can. So let's crank that up. Let's turn that on. Out comes the steam, in goes the water, and pretty much we can make as much steam as we can. But what ho? I've rewired everything, so that means there's a whole bunch of infrastructure underneath. So let's pop down and have a look down there. Gotta turn off that jetpack. And yeah, so I've basically pushed everything through here over to the... Turn that back on so I can fast travel. Through here and pumped it all the way up. Gosh, I love these glorious pipes. Glorious pipes. So good. Where am I? I'm going up here. Right. So let's head on up here to the plastic manufacturing facility. So you might remember this from a while ago. Had all the set up, but I was manually bucketing things into here. Now it's all automatic. We've just got to wait for some steam to show up. That'll take a while, but eventually it comes through here, and look, there we go. We have 3 stacks of plastic. That's from me setting all this up, not from just then, which is amazing. So our whole plastic system is set up, right? We're all set to go. Yeah, no worries. So that's the end of the session. No, it's going to be far worse than that. Okay, so what we need to make is, we're trying to make this inferium, we're trying to make the furry essence, right? And so we need to make an atomic reconstructor. Now the atomic reconstructor turns that slime, or we got last session, into essence, which is cool. But it requires this giant setup here, which is not too bad, but then it requires these machine casings. That's kind of the pain in the butt problem. So there's 2 recipes. Is this one, which is plastic, easy, compressed iron plates, easy, cobalt, a little bit of a pain, black iron frames, it's getting more bit of a pain, not so bad, printed circuit boards, even more pain. So it becomes this giant pain. But we do have this other setup thing. So atomic thing, this thing. We do have another way of doing these. The machine casings is we can actually make a miniaturization field project. So I thought we'd work on this today. Quite a long introduction, I know. Which basically requires this and only these ingredients. So these are fairly cheap, and we need to make these light grey plastic blocks. They're neat, huh? Right? Neat? Yeah? Nah, they require HDPE sheets of plastic, which are different to the other forms of plastic. We need to make these pellets, which come from this plastic pressurized reaction chamber, which has liquid ethylene, which has rotary condenser, which, yeah, so it goes on. Like, I'm pretty sure we've built versions of these machines over and over and over again in different mod packs, make ethylenes and hydrogens and all sorts of wonderful things. But it looks like we need to do it again to make this whole different system. So I think probably that setup's going to be pretty straightforward. Oh, I've lost the thing here. So what was it? HDP these things. HD heavy I don't know. It's heavy something. So we've got to make a pressurized reaction chamber, which is all of that, which requires an enrichment chamber, which requires a steel casing and basic control circuits. These are actually fairly simple to make. Let's put in pressured reaction chamber, so we're not doing that all the time. Pressured. Oh, it is hard to type that in. What is it? Pressurized reaction. It's that one there. So these are fairly easy to make. They're just made in these infusers. Got lots of those. Dynamic tank. Oh, just boom, done in there like that. Oh, he's got to do it. Pressurized reaction chamber. There we go. Cool. So we made tanks. Basic gas tank. They should be easy enough to make. We have lots of that stuff in that goes. I've made a whole bunch of these already, so they should just be sitting in there. Steel ingot enrichment chamber. Can we make one of those? No, we're just missing the steel casing. Again, easy to make. Let's make a few of those. I get the feeling we're going to need them. Boom. So enrichment chamber, in it goes. And what are we missing? Enrichment chamber. I just made one of those. Did I just make one of those? Hang on. Enrichment. Yeah, I made one of those. Enrichment chamber. What's that about? What's that about? Are you SevTeching me? Are you SevTeching me? Pressurized thing. Yeah, okay, cool. Enrichment chamber. Enrichment, yeah, cool. And it goes. Enrichment chamber. Okay. System broken, y'all. Put that there. So we got a pressurized reaction chamber. Cool, done. Right, job done, right? Maybe. Let's have a jump back to HDP pellets, HDPE. Okay, so we got our pressurized chamber. We need a liquid ethylene, which is a condensating. So what's that called? Rotary condensator. Sometimes I feel like I'm forgetting how to read. Okay, rotary condensator. There we go. We only have to put in 5 letters and it finds it. Okay, so again, not too bad. We need a... Oh, that looks complicated. Let's grab out another tank anyway. Another tank. Oh, don't you just love ME Craft? Doesn't that just make life gloriously simplified? Okay, energy tablet. Again, hopefully, got enough of those. In it goes. Oh, I need one more of those. Basic fluid tank. Oh, are you doing it? Are you SevTeching me again? ME system. Basic fluid tank. Grab that out again, and rotary condensator. Put that in there. Something about those tanks, it really doesn't like. So that should be hopefully enough just to make it work. Substrate. We need to make substrate, but let's at least get this system up and running. Where's the oxygen come from? Lots of things give us oxygen. The PRC returns oxygen, deconstant liquid oxygen to oxygen. Electronic synthesizer. I guess we're going to need some pipes. Now, we use these glass pipes over here, so that's a fluid pipe. Let's grab some of this. Okay, well, I'll try and get this set up. Alright, well, so I've picked this layer up here. We're going to set up here. As with all things SevTech, I've missed a whole bunch of stuff. Now, we need to get, we need some organic substrate, which we're going to need a compressor for, and we're going to need a we're going to need a way of getting hydrogen and oxygen in here. Now this setup here did it with Galacticraft, but let's try and stay in the same vein as that mod pack. So was it HDPC? No, HDPE. Okay, so we need to make ourselves some substrate, which is that biofuel stuff, which is a crusher. Crusher's pretty easy to make. I'll go grab some lava, make up some of that. And then we also need we still need the liquid ethylene stuff. So water's easy to get, and hydrogen we can get from an electronic separator, which looks fairly straightforward. We just need this. We've got all that. So yeah, I'll build that up now and try and see if I can connect these things together upstairs. And look how simple that is. Yeah, it's not that simple. It took several hours to kind of figure out how this whole thing works. Okay, so do we start at the end or we start at the beginning? Let's start at the end. So this is our PRC, pressurized reaction chamber, that I had built. Now if we take some of the, this stuff, substrate, and chuck it in here, we see we've loaded up with oxygen and liquid ethylene. I'll put this in here, and basically that makes up makes up these pellets. So yay, that's that kind of working. Now, where does it get the oxygen and the liquid ethylene? Well, we made this rotary condenser, which turns the normal ethylene into a liquid, and we've got this electrolysis system here, which allows us to basically separate water into oxygen and hydrogen. So the oxygen goes this way and the hydrogen goes this way, and the ethylene comes from here as well. So as you see, we've got some water stuck in here, we've got some hydrogen stuck in here, and we've got some substrate. And the substrate comes from this biofuel here, so we'll let that process away like that. Now, setting this up took a heck of a lot of work. So basically you can see I've got these 4 pipes here, and look, it's all processing along quite nicely. So we've got different pipes working. We've got these mechanical pipes, which are fluid pipes. I don't know why they're called mechanical. They're probably called mechanical for historical reasons. Like actual architectural mechanical pipes were for water. We've got a power running in the background. We've got these pressurized tubes pipes, and we've got item pipes, which I haven't actually installed yet, but I also need a little bit of water. Have I got any water in here? I don't think I do. Water. No, we don't. Okay, right. That's one thing I forgot to go get. Let's go grab some water just very, very quickly. Yeah, so that took like several hours of fiddling and working out how to get working. Actually, let's get a couple more. We're gonna test the entire system out, and I'll run you through basically the piping. Alright, back up here. So I've got this piping system working up here, which feeds into this pressurized reaction chamber, and also the electrolytic synthesizer. Dang, these words. Okay, so that goes, if I fill that up, you'll notice that doesn't go anywhere. What we actually also made was a configurator, which basically makes these pipes work. So if I go, is it right click, shift and right click, it'll change the configuration from input to output. So I can pull, it can push, it can do a whole bunch of stuff. It pushed water into here, it pushed some water into here, out comes the hydrogen, out comes the oxygen, push through the ethylene, and it all just works like amazingly. Except it doesn't. It's even way more complicated than that. Let's have a look inside one of these things. Have I lost you yet? I lost me. You've got this side config and this transporter config. Turn off the strict input. Too hard to use. Just make sure the pipes don't touch each other. Otherwise, try to imagine every atom in your body suddenly glowing nuclear and trying to expand and explode. Yeah, so don't let the pipes touch. But use the side config, and you can basically go between energy, fluids, gases, and items. So you can turn these pipes on and off. So if I, that top one is gas, so if I go gas and I can turn off that, it will disconnect. You see that in the background? Disconnected. Red is input, blue is output. Okay, right. So let's leave it red. So, let's try it with a logistical transport pipe. Now, I love Buildcraft pipes, but yeah, that doesn't quite work. Okay, so that automatically connected into the crusher. Cool, but it hasn't connected into this one. So we need to go to items, which automatically selects, and go input. Right, so that will put it into this red input slot. Now, if we take some of this cactus, because I have lots of cactus, I like the way this machine works. This will create these little biofuel nodules, so that should work fine. It's done one, but you notice they're not coming out, so we need to use this configurator again. Shift right click, and out they come. So they work a bit like Buildcraft pipes, but they're their own thing and they all look the same, so yay. If you did like what I did and get like gases and things stuck in the wrong areas, you can actually use this gauge dropper to go in there and pull stuff out. Okay, it only works with gases. Have we got any gases sitting around? No, that's not a gas. Oh, the oxygen's a gas. I can pull that out. Click that, and then I think it's just shift right click. Yeah, and it comes out. Cool. Cool. So, I mean, that's essentially the system working, except we don't have endless water working yet. So why don't we set up the system that we had right way back at the beginning, which is with the liquid hopper. Liquid hopper. Where is the liquid hopper? Maybe we should just try hopper. It's called something weird, I think. Hopper. Liquid hopper. It's called a liquid. So we'll grab that. Hopefully these will just connect straight into our system. And the other thing we need is a well bucket. Well bucket. Nice. Grab that. Oops. We don't have any of that. Now we do. Grab the well bucket. Yes. This basically gives you endless water. So hooray. And then I'll grab a little bit of slate. I think slate's the right thing to use up there. Cool, right, we can set all this up. Whew, this has been actually quite a big build. So if we take this, and pop it like here, get my liquid pipes, mechanical pipes, coming out here. It should be able just to pipe straight on up to there. Let's get rid of all of that. Make everything look beautiful. Make everything look as beautiful as possible. Hopefully this will oh, that didn't work very well, did it? Let's put this here. It's quite hard to get these in. Okay, cool. The bucket goes, no, the well bucket goes on top. There we go. Right. Put a bit of slate here. And one there. And, ooh. That's a bit of a problem, isn't it? Oh, well, let's try not to think too much about that. One here, one here. I'll put this here. Hopefully we'll get no monsters spawn, but if they do, pew. We will grab some water out. Okay. This should... Yep, there we go. Now, we'll grab our configurator. Look at it fill, that's great. We can turn that off, Actually, we can take straight from there, but let's run a reservoir, and we will pull that from there, and this should be fairly endlessly supplying. Okay. Probably the only thing left now is maybe basic logistical transporter. Let's see if we can load this along here. Get rid of this here and make it pull. Oh, right. We also need to configure this so items go out the bottom. Output dark blue. That should be fine. I think. Items. They're not coming out. Why are they not coming out? Do we need to turn this one on? items come in energy dark green. We want items to come in the bottom. Okay, here they come. Right, look at that. Oh, and then that should fill up like so. Basically, as long as we keep this supplied with cactuses, this should run forever, pretty much. And there's a massive cactus farm down there, so if I was really crazy, could run a real big pipe all the way up into here. Okay, right, so I've got my plastic, and I should be able to make these plastic blocks. No. What was the last thing? What did we actually start the episode building? Machine casing. That was our end goal. Machine casing, which was this one, light grey, plastic sheets. We can chuck them in the enrichment chamber, which is more efficient. I think we got one of those downstairs, do we? Or we just use it in the crafting? Let's just use one of these. Just use one of these. It's expensive, but hey, we've got a lot of them. So, yeah. And I can make one of those and eventually get to that. So I think that'll be possibly next session. We'll start working on that miniaturization process. I'm sure that won't take very long, much like what we just did today. But man, look at that. That is a beautiful machine. Like, as long as we keep this topped up, it's never gonna run out. It's just gonna keep going forever. We have like, is that completely full? Oh, it's almost completely full. That one's almost completely full. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Oh well, ladies and gentlemen, if you like this episode, you learned something today. I'd never worked with Mekanism before. It's really quite a neat little mod. Well, I kind of have done little bits and pieces, but I've never done anything quite like this. So that's one of the nice things about SevTech is you pretty much get to learn different systems and how they work and stuff like that. So, yeah. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. If you like this, don't forget to leave a like. If you're not subscribed, consider subscribing, because it basically helps this video get seen by more people, which means I go, oh, people are watching this, I should do another SevTech episode. They're coming out weekly at the moment, but who knows? Maybe we'll, as things get more successful, we'll try and get more videos out. Anyway, catch you later.